You are listening to How to Get Over Your Ex, episode number 180. I know I deserve better, but I want my ex to be better. Welcome to How to Get Over Your Ex, a podcast on getting over your ex without it just taking time. I'm your host, breakup coach Dorothy. Let's turn your pain into power and your heartbreak into happy. Hello, beautiful brave hearts. How is everyone doing? I am so excited to be here with you today. So before we get started, I wanted to mention that we do have a How to Get Over Your Ex 5-day training coming up on April 3rd. You are going to want to be there. We will be accomplishing 5 months of healing in 5 days. This is one of my favorite trainings. I provide you very tangible tools on how to get over your ex and build a life that is bigger and better than. So if you would like to join us, I highly recommend getting the link from the show notes and come join us for it. It's going to be amazing. You're going to have me as your coach for 5 days for only $17. I cannot wait to meet you. Okay, so today I want to talk about this whole idea, this whole concept around I deserve better, and I really just want my ex to be better because we have all been there, right? And it's just so fascinating, right? I want you to think about the situation that you're in when you find yourself saying this. I've seen such powerful and confident, amazing, badass women and men be in situations where their ex is just showing up rather less than, right? Maybe your ex is already with someone new, but they're still talking to you, kind of stringing you along. Maybe they're not even with someone new, but they're still stringing you on. They don't let go of you fully, but then they still say they don't want to be with you. Maybe they're doing the bare minimum, right? Staying in contact with you. But it's just really, they're purely just showing up and existing while also feeling like they should get a reward for doing so. Maybe they are blaming you for everything within the breakup, not taking responsibility for any of the work that they've got to do, not hearing from that person all night, not getting anything for, Valentine's Day or your, birthday or something like that. Maybe they're just seeming like they weren't interested, right? Or they don't necessarily want to do the work. Sometimes they even say they want to do the work and they don't. And maybe there's cheating. Maybe there's emotional manipulation. Like there's a million and one things that I see happen where I have these strong, badass, really amazing women saying like, I know I deserve better. Like as I'm saying these things out loud to you, Dorothy, like I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I'm still wound up and just totally in love with this person. And it's such a difficult place to be in because conceptually knowing something is different than embodying it. It's different than, doing it and aligning your actions with your knowing, right? What I kind of see is knowing better is saying yes to your ex when your inner voice or your inner being is screaming no. Like maybe you conceptually know that you deserve better, but then you still say yes to that person or you respond to their text message or you entertain the game they're playing while your inner being is like, no, we do not want this, right? Maybe it's changing your whole schedule around your ex, or constantly looking at your phone, right? Not doing what you know makes you feel better each day because you're just overly consumed with this person. And what I think the opposite of that is, or when I think someone's like in alignment with, I know I deserve better and I'm going to choose and do better and have this different life. It's saying no when you mean no and saying yes when you mean yes. Sticking to what you said you do for your highest good, even when it's hard. Following through in your plans. right, with you, regardless of what your ex is doing or not doing. And I really want to describe what this looks like from a thought-based perspective. Okay, so if you're new here, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. Thoughts create your feelings. So this is important because I think strong, amazing, badass women are telling themselves, I know I deserve better, but I want my ex to be better. And I want you to think about how that feels when you're telling yourself that. You feel disappointed, right? Maybe in them, in yourself, angry, frustrated, again, with them and yourself probably, and very out of control. Feels like you don't have any control over that. When we're feeling that way, when we feel disappointed and angry at ourselves and at them, we wallow, we complain about it, we try to force them to see our side. Maybe we try to teach them that thoughts create feelings. We try to have them look at their thoughts sometimes, maybe. There's also negative self-talk or beating ourselves up for staying in this situation that is less than, that's lackluster. Beating ourselves up because we never really saw ourselves in this position. And notice how when we're doing those things, it's just perpetuating the problem, right? It results in, I don't go out and get what I deserve. I don't create what I deserve. I don't do better, which is the same thing that we're super upset with them for doing, not doing and being better. But we're doing it too. How can we expect someone else to do and be better when we're not showing up for ourselves and doing better, right? Now, let's talk about the problem. And here's what I see the problem being. I mean, it's twofold. The first thing is we don't have to feel negative emotion. We don't have to feel bad about how someone is treating us to be able to do something about it. Sometimes anger is useful. Sometimes we get angry enough to fuel and spark an action to get us out of a shitty situation, and I'm all for that. But when shame is in there, when disappointment is in there, when frustration and anger towards yourself is there, it doesn't help us do or be different. We don't have to get all up in arms and prove to the world that your ex is a bad person to choose differently or to leave the relationship that doesn't align with us. And I think that we as humans tell ourselves, if we're telling ourselves and beating into the ground, girl, you deserve better, you deserve better, you deserve better, and beating that into ourselves, that maybe we'll do something different about it. Maybe we'll finally get out of this lackluster experience, this half-ass energy. Maybe we'll stop constantly thinking about our ex. Maybe we'll stop, entertaining this back and forth text message game. Maybe we'll do or be different if we beat ourselves into the ground about deserving better. But here's the real truth. All of us humans, all of us here on this planet, we are all 100% worthy, 100% lovable, even your ex. And we all deserve the world. We all deserve more and better and completeness. We all deserve to show up for ourselves in that way. It's no one else's responsibility. Start to begin to let go of other people doing and being better and lead by your example. I want you to lead by example. You be better. You show up better. You choose better in or outside of that relationship. Your ex not being better doesn't inhibit you in your life at all. It's your idea or thought that if he did better and was better, that things in my life would be better. That's the part that's holding you back. So my solution for you is really to come back to yourself through being kind to yourself. not trying to beat yourself into submission, knowing you deserve better. Yes, boo, you absolutely deserve the world. You deserve a happy, healthy, fulfilling relationship. I am so on board with that. But if you find that when you're telling yourself, I know I deserve better and I wish my ex would be better, I want you to maybe look at what would it be like if I told myself, I know I deserve better and that's okay. I'm learning that I deserve better. I could deserve better than this. Or even if you can stretch all the way to, I get to choose better. I know I deserve better and I get to choose better. Now that's going to be a stretch for some of you. For some of you, you're going to be starting with, I know I deserve better and that's okay. Feel how calming and grounded and open and soft that feels in comparison to, I know I deserve better, but I want my ex to be better. Or I know I deserve better and I can't fucking show up for myself. I know I deserve better and people keep telling me this and I can't do anything about it. Start with something as simple as, I know I deserve better and that's okay. And when you feel open and you feel soft and you feel compassionate towards yourself, you're going to notice that that will fuel different actions. Maybe you'll start to make small steps towards choosing differently, saying no once, then twice. Maybe you start to spend more time with your friends and family. Maybe you show up for you and your work. You begin to find ways to distance yourself from your ex, from people and places that trigger things about your ex, right? You don't pick up his call. I mean, that would be huge, right? That's a huge win. And we just downplay that. If you've done it once and you haven't celebrated it, boo, let's celebrate it. Maybe you decide not to reach out to him and you reach out to a friend or a coach or a therapist. Maybe you'll learn to experience negative emotion and not react to it, but instead, practice a self-soothing technique that I've taught here on the podcast. But all of that action is going to be fueled by openness, by softness, by kindness and compassion and calmness. Those kinds of actions are typically not fueled by disappointment in yourself or anger towards yourself or frustration towards yourself and others. And when you show up that way, when you start taking those small steps, they will compound and it will result in, I choose a better life for myself. I create better experiences for myself. I create better relationships for myself, regardless of what my ex is doing. Your ex not being better does not inhibit your ability to have an amazing, beautiful life. You can want your ex to be better, but where the real power is in you showing up in the way that you know you deserve. And it's not going to start with you beating yourself into the ground about how you know you deserve better and you haven't done it yet. Okay? So I want this to be a very kind message to all of those brave hearts who know they deserve better, but secretly want their ex to be better. All right? So the next time you find yourself saying, I know I deserve better, but I wish my ex would just be better, I want you to try on, I know I deserve better, and that's okay. I'm learning that I deserve better. I could deserve better than this. And maybe even I get to choose better today. All right, my brave hearts. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful week. I hope to see you inside of the 5-day training coming up. And I will talk to you next time. If you're loving the How to Get Over Your Ex podcast and you want to learn how to get over your ex in 3 months or less to build a life better than the one you thought you had with your ex, I would like to personally invite you to my next group course where we take everything you've learned here on the podcast and apply it to your life. Come check it out at www.lifecoachdorothy.com.